Well, good evening, everybody, and we are here at Leo High School in Leo, Cedarville, Indiana. We will have basketball versus Garrett and Leo here tonight. Right now, we've got the JV game in progress. JV game has about 58.5 seconds left. Now, the JV game is actually Leo versus Woodland. Maybe most of you knew this already, but Garrett does not have a JV team. So Leo is playing their JV game tonight against the Woodland Warriors. I believe the varsity team plays at Woodland this season. In fact, they may have already played there at this point. I know that Leo has 8 games under their belt, and yes, Leo has played Woodland. They beat them 59-49, and that was at Woodland. Garrett is 4-3 on the season. They've lost to Woodland already, and those two teams have gone in opposite directions. Garrett 4-3, Woodland 2-4 on the year. Now, this JV game has about 50 seconds left in it. Woodland is leading 23-21. We'll come back after this break and update you on what has happened, or as the case may be, what will happen. Back in a minute, 10 seconds. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, as you can see on your graphic there, the JV game between Leo and Woodland is in progress. Now, the graphic you see on your screen there is correct. It is Leo taking on the Garrett Railroaders tonight from Leo High School here in Leo, Cedarville, Indiana. Thad Goff here on the broadcast. Cole Weiland will be running camera as this game is going to get started probably in about a half hour, I would guesstimate. Now, that's pending whether or not this JV game goes into overtime. JV game has 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and it is currently Woodland who's leading Leo 23-21. That is the JV matchup. Again, the varsity matchup, as you can see, is between Leo and Garrett, so the scoreboard is not deceptive. Leo was just taking a jumper to try and tie the game, but we do have a foul meanwhile. 21.2 seconds on the clock. Looks like the foul's on Leo, so the ball's going to go back to Woodland. And that would be the 5th team foul against the Leo Lions, so Woodland's going to be shooting free throws. Again, 21.2 seconds left on the clock, and right now we're just basically riding it out until this JV game gets done. And it'll either be done here in the next 21.2 seconds of game time, or it will go into overtime. We will have to wait and see. Back after 30 seconds here on SummitCitySports.com.
From the PSM Sports Therapy, and I have a message for college athletes. Don't let an injury slow you down while you're home from the holidays. At PSM Sports Therapy, we know athletes, and our team specializes in treating them. Whether you are recovering from surgery, dealing with a nagging injury, or just want to make sure your body is right for your upcoming season, take advantage of your break and schedule your sessions today. That way you can get back to campus feeling stronger than before. Check out our website at psmsports.com or call us at 260-266-4007 to get scheduled.
Do have an update to give you now as we're back here at Leo High School. The score has changed. Woodland now leads 25-21 with 21.2 seconds left to play. Lions have called a timeout. Woodland does not have a foul to give here in this JV game. The next foul would put Leo at the free throw line for double bonus. Of course, that's the way it is in Indiana high school basketball. The fouls reset at the end of each quarter, and there's no more 1-and-1 in Indiana high school basketball. When you commit 5 fouls in a quarter, your opponent goes to the line to shoot double bonus for the rest of the game. Again, there's 21.2 seconds left on this clock. So we'll see if we end up sending this JV game into overtime or if it ends in regulation. JV game is Woodland versus Leo, but you do see that the varsity game is Garrett versus Leo on your scoreboard. That is correct. The 4-3 Garrett Railroaders versus the 7-1 Leo Lions. 21.2 seconds left in this JV contest. Back after 40 seconds. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We're back here at Leo High School, and the JV game may be coming to an interesting finish. The Lions just hit a 3-ball. Game was 25-24 in favor of Woodland, and that was Myra Lape who just hit a 3-ball to make it a 1-point game, and she got fouled. So she's going to have a chance to tie this game and possibly force overtime. Still 2.2 seconds on the clock. She got the free throw. That's a dagger if you're Woodland, and this game's going to go to overtime. Shot wouldn't have counted anyway. My goodness, if you're Woodland, you had the game won. Leo was taking their time, and they get a 3 to fall, and then Woodland fouls them to put them at the free throw line. That's just the way it happened. And again, this, as you can see on your graphic, this JV game is still in progress, so they'll put 4 minutes on the clock, and we'll be having varsity basketball after overtime is done, however many overtimes there happen to be. I can give you an update on at least one particular score of a game that's going on right now, or at least I think I can give you a score update. We'll see if I get one. Yep, I got a score there. Wayne's leading Canterbury 29-13 over at Canterbury High School. Wayne trying to go over 500 for the season. They've won their last two after beating New Haven on Monday night and then beating Southside in conference play on Tuesday night. So I beg your pardon, they actually put 3 minutes on the clock. That's how much time is on the clock here for this JV contest as we go to overtime, or as the JV game goes to overtime. Varsity game will take place after the JV game gets all said and done. We'll be back after this break. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
Started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PS. Well, just to give you an update, we are still in overtime here at the JV game. The JV game is between Leo and Woodland. The varsity game will be between Leo and Garrett. Woodland is leading 32-25 in overtime with 32.4 seconds left to play, and there's a little conference among the officials going on. But even though Leo tied the game on a 4-point play at the end of regulation, Woodland has the lead and has a chance to add to it. We're back in 40 seconds on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Back here at Leo High School in Leo, Cedarville, Indiana, Woodland has added to their lead. They're up 34-25 with 15 seconds to go in overtime. So it looks like the Warriors are going to come away with the win as they just got a steal with 8 seconds left, now down to 5 seconds. We'll wait this out as this JV game is just about to go final, and it does go final. So the Woodland Warriors win the JV game over the Leo Lions. But again, we do have varsity basketball still yet to come. And that varsity game, as you can see on your scoreboard, is the Garrett Railroaders against the Leo Lions. And yes, it is Garrett versus Leo. Woodland was playing Leo in the JV game, but Garrett plays them in the varsity game. And I think you can see that there on your graphic on your screen. Garrett does not have a JV team. Maybe you knew that already. But they do not have a JV game, so Leo plays their JV game against the Woodland Warriors tonight. But the Leo Lions and the Garrett Railroaders will come out on the floor in just a matter of moments. Look at about 20 minutes to warm up here at the gym inside Leo, Indiana. We're in the Lions' den, and the Railroaders are looking to derail a great start for the Leo Lions. As that 20-minute clock has just started. We'll be right back after this extended break. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cup Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it no. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bad. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Welcome back to Leo Cedarville, Indiana. Yes, the varsity game is about 13 and a half minutes from getting underway between the Leo Lions and the Garrett Railroaders. Well, it has been a really good start for the Leo Lions. They are 7-1 overall on the season. The lone loss coming on the road against Eastside, a really good Eastside basketball program led by head coach Mike Lordy. They beat the Lions 55-32, but the Lions are on a 3-game winning streak with wins against Woodland, South Adams, and Concordia. Early wins coming against Heritage, Churubusco, Wayne, and Blackhawk Christian. This will be the 5th home game that Leo has played this year. Now, they do have a really challenging matchup coming up this Saturday against Columbia City, but obviously you can't look ahead to that matchup. You got to focus on the matchup at hand. In fact, I guarantee Leo would love to go into that matchup 8-1 as opposed to 7-2. 7-2 is pretty good, but they got a chance to get to 8-1, and they want to make sure they do that against the Garrett Railroaders, who I'll talk about a little bit later. Now, the Leo Lions have a very good group of talent at their disposal. Leah Chappelle, the daughter of head coach Carrie Chappelle, is having a great season for the Lady Lions. She's averaging double figures in points per game so far this year. And so too, I do believe, is Mackenzie Collins. Collins, the second leading scorer. Taylor Davis Gibson is the team's third leading scorer on the season. In fact, I asked head coach Carrie Chappelle coming into this game about those players, as well as Stella Shelm. They're all having really good seasons. She said, quote, "What is great about this team is that each girl has found their niche this season, and they are meshing really well. They work well together both on offense and on defense. They understand the roles they need to play for the team to be successful, and they do their best to meet the needs of the team each and every night." So obviously, Carrie Chappelle emphasizing the effort, the team effort that the Lady Lions have put together this season. And it has been a great team effort, a whole lot of great contribution from these Leo Lions so far this year. And again, Leah Chappelle is the leading scorer. She comes into this game averaging 16.6 points per game. Mackenzie Collins comes in averaging 14.3 points per game, and Taylor Davis Gibson 8 points per game. Stella Shelm, a sophomore, so far averaging 7.5 points per game. Davis Gibson is a junior. Collins is also a junior, and they've stepped up big time this year. We know Leah Chappelle can play at a high level. She's been doing so since her freshman year here at Leo, the daughter of head coach Carrie Chappelle. And she continues to play at a very high level throughout her high school career. Lions have 3 players who are shooting the three at over 30% this year. Collins and Chappelle are in that category. So, too, is Taylor Davis Gibson. Davis Gibson is shooting the three at 40% on the season. Collins shooting it at 32%. Chappelle also shooting it at 32% on the year. Collins is at 11 threes, 34 tries. Chappelle is at 9 threes and 28 tries. So those are the girls who probably have the best chance to get it going from beyond the arc, although you never know. Any night, any given player can step up and have a big game, whether that's Mira Lape, a sophomore, or Emma Connolly, also a sophomore. We saw her play a lot off the bench last year for the Leo Lions, and likely she will play off the bench again tonight. She is not listed as a starter. She wears number 40, and she is a sophomore. Connolly currently averaging 3 points per game on the year. Well, I'll talk more about these Garrett Railroaders when I come back from this break. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
About 8 minutes to go until this game gets underway. It's Garrett versus Leo here at the Lions Den in Leo Cedarville, Indiana. The Lions 7-1 on the season, but the Lady Railroaders are bringing that train into Leo and looking to survive in the Lions Den. They're led by first-year head coach Wade Hance. Before he came to Garrett, he had spent some time at Angola, 6 years at Angola with the boys and girls teams. So somewhere along the line, he probably got to coach with Brandon Appleton. Appleton's coached both of the girls and boys teams. He's now at New Haven High School serving as the head coach, and the Bulldogs looking to have a really good year. So far, they've started off the season well. You'll see them tomorrow night on SummitCitySports.com as they take on Blackhawk Christian. But right now, Wade Hance looking to lead these Lady Railroaders. Only won 5 games all of last year. They've got a chance to match that with a win tonight. They're 4-3 on the season. Garrett's wins have come against Heritage, New Haven, Northside, and Prairie Heights. The losses have come against Angola, DeKalb, and Woodland. Woodland's 2-4 on the year. However, Angola, just a one-loss team, and I believe the same holds true for DeKalb under former Lures head coach Mark Pixley. Railroaders do have 3 players averaging double figures in points per game. Emma Kaufman, a sophomore, is averaging 19.4 points per game. Sarah Depew, a senior, that's the daughter of athletic director Chris Depew, averaging 14.4 points per game. And they got a freshman averaging 11 points per game. That's Avery Leach. She wears number 40, 5'7". She'll likely be playing the guard position. And again, she averages 11 points per game on the season. Kaufman and Depew both shooting it at 40% from the field. Kaufman at 42%, Depew 46%. And from three-point land, Kaufman has shot at 36% from three-point land, and Depew has shot it at 48% from three-point land. And that's not really a small sample size either. 10 makes and 21 shots, so it's a smaller sample size than what Kaufman has shot, but still, Depew's getting her shots and knocking them down. I think we can say that definitively for Sarah Depew on the season. Sarah Depew, also a really good softball player, was one of the top run producers for the Railroaders softball team a year ago, and right now looking to help light it up for these Lady Railroaders as they try to improve off of last year's 5-win campaign. One more win, and they will match that win total from a year ago. But they're looking to do a lot more than just match that win total from a year ago. They're looking to have a much better season this year on the basketball court, the Railroaders are. We got about 5.5 minutes left. We'll come right back after this break. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, these two head coaches, there's obviously a difference in experience, at least as far as head coaching goes. Carrie Chappelle's been at the helm for Leo now in her 21st season with the Lady Lions. She's won 2 sectional championships in her career. Wade Hance in his first year as a head coach with the Garrett Railroaders. He's had several coaching stops in his career, most recently at Angola, where he spent 6 years leading the Lady Hornets. In just a moment, we're going to thank our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors that we get to do all the games that we do here on SummitCitySports.com. That, of course, includes the good folks at Big Eyed Fish. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process, from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Today's game is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And it's that time of year again. Always 100 Basketball presents Holiday Hoops for boys and girls grades K through 8. You can work on dribbling, shooting, passing, and defense. Camps go from December 29th through the 31st and pick up on January 2nd. Those kids will get January 1st, New Year's Day off, and then pick things back up again on January 2nd. Morning sessions go from 9 to 11 a.m., afternoon sessions 4 to 6 p.m. Mornings, one session costs $50 for both sessions. That'll cost $90. Camps take place at the PSM Fieldhouse at 3946 Ice Way in Fort Wayne, Indiana. For more information, visit Always 100 at www.always100basketball.net/registration-1. Yes, it is that time of year as we get close to that Holiday Hoops, those Holiday Hoops clinics over at the Parkview Sport One Fieldhouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And no doubt, I'm sure a lot of these girls have taken part in those, especially back when they were going into middle school and maybe even late elementary school. They probably were going to those camps and trying to work on their skills to get ready to play at the high school level and maybe even beyond. We got about a minute and a half to go until this game gets underway. It's Garrett versus Leo. You are watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
we just had the national anthem, and now our PA announcer, Ben Chappelle, will be introducing the starting lineup, starting with the Railroaders.
Number 10, Garrett Taylor. Number 11, starting 20, Lucy Duffy. Starting with the Railroaders, 5'3" junior, number 4, Taylor Miller. 5'2" sophomore, number 24, Ellen Hoffman. 5'7" senior, number 32, Sarah DePue. 5'7" freshman, number 40, Avery Leach. And 5'7" freshman, number 42, Jay Jacobs. There is coached by Wiggins, Adam Drummond, Taylor Rickey, and Bobby York. And now for your host tonight, Leo Lions, non-starters, number 20, Mira Lake, 23, Tessa Whistler, 25, Corey Cowdy, 40, Devin Conley, and 51, Shelby Jackson. Starting for the Lions, a 5'6" junior, number 21, Mackenzie Collins. A 5'7" sophomore, number 30, Stella Shell. A 5'6" junior, number 35, Taylor Davis Gibson. A 6' senior, number 41, Leah Chappelle. And a 5'11" sophomore, number 45, Lucy Schott. The Lions were coached by Terry Chappelle, assisted by Mark Roney, Amber Shepard, and Anna Gray. Tonight's officials.
Well, you might have seen that. Head coach Carrie Chappelle kind of shoulder bumping her players, her starters, as they come out onto the floor for this matchup between the Leo Lions and the Garrett Railroaders. Garrett 4-3 on the season. Leo 7-1. They've yet to play a conference game. They did struggle in conference play last year. They'll not have their next conference game until Saturday, and that's a big one against Columbia City. But they got to focus on the task at hand. The Lady Railroaders have brought that train into the Lions' den, and they're looking to come out with a victory. As the Lions will start out with the basketball. That's a baseline jumper that won't go for Stella Shelm, and it's one and done to start for the Lady Lions. Here come the Railroaders. It's Emma Kaufman running the point for the Railroaders. 5'2". She's the leading scorer as a sophomore for the Railroaders. Blocked on the inside. Shelm lost track of the ball, and Kaufman found it and found Sarah DePue. That ball gets tipped. Poked around, the Lions have it. Lucy Schott and Leah Chappelle both got a hand on the ball. Here's Davis Gibson. Shot, tough shot, it goes. Lucy Schott on the interior. Of course, that name Schott, certainly a familiar one around these parts. Brock Schott, who's now a tight end at Miami, was a big-time football player here. He also played basketball. Haley Schott, the older sister of those two, also played basketball here. Was a really good post player for the Lady Lions. That was almost a double dribble by DePue. Kaufman off the glass, left it short, and the Lions get the stop. Here comes Leah Chappelle the other way. That ball gets poked out. Taylor Miller almost recovered it, and that's nearly stolen. Now it is stolen. Haley Jacobs, the freshman. And the Railroaders will come the other way. Railroaders looking to tie this game or take the lead with a 3 as Wade Hance calls out the play. The first-year head coach, Wade Hance. Here's DePue. Goes to the top of the key for Jacobs. Taylor Miller, the junior. There's only one senior on this Garrett team, and that is Sarah DePue. Here's Kaufman, the freshman, trying to get by Davis Gibson, but Davis Gibson pokes it out. It will remain with the Railroaders. Of course, they refer to Garrett as the Railroaders because Garrett has a pretty good railroading history, the town of Garrett, that is, and they do have a CSX yard there in town. Driving to the paint is Leach, Avery Leach, the freshman. And the Railroaders are on the board. 3 ball is good. It's Collins who knocks it down, and the Lions take a quick lead. Mackenzie Collins. Kaufman thinking about it. She can hit from the outside. Instead, she'll give it up to Avery Leach. Leach has the only points for Garrett so far in this ball game. A lot of basketball to be played, though, as they find Jacobs. DePue on the outside, gets the screen, draws the contact, missed the shot. Put back won't go. Offensive board, Leach. Stolen away by Chappelle. Here comes Shelm up the floor. Shot into the paint, and a foul. Taylor Miller going to be called for that foul. First team foul against either team. Do have an update from another game going on. This one would have started not too long ago. Whitco's up 27-14 against Bishop Luers. That game's in the second quarter. Whitco is a pretty good team over there in South Whitley. Shot able to knock down that first free throw. Second one goes. 7-2 Lions. Depew swings it cross court looking for Leach. She'll try the three, and it's too strong. Was that touched on the way out? The officials will say it was not. Davis Gibson reached for it, but did not touch the ball, according to the officials. And Mackenzie Collins will come the other way. She finds Chappelle. Chappelle scoreless so far. She does lead the Lions in scoring this season. That's a foul along the sideline. It's either going to be a Haley Jacobs foul or a foul on Emma Collins. Check that, Kaufman, Emma Kaufman. And they do get Kaufman, number 24, as opposed to Jacobs, who wears number 42. Jacobs is a freshman. She's one of 3 freshmen on the varsity roster for Garrett. There's Chappelle from the wing, but that three won't fall. And Taylor Miller wisely lets it go. 4:44 left to play as the Railroaders trail by 5 here in the first quarter. It's Kaufman across the timeline. Goes to the right. Guarded by Davis Gibson, and Davis Gibson takes it away. Shot. The cross-court pass. That's Shelm for 3. In and out. That's going to be a jump ball. And I believe the arrow goes to Garrett, and it does. Leo won the opening tip. So that's why the arrow goes to Garrett in this case. Of course, the next jump ball will go to Leo, provided that it takes place here in the first quarter. Emma Kaufman will come across the timeline. Here comes the trap on Depew. She's able to get the ball out of her hands to Kaufman. And that ball nearly stolen. Now it is stolen. Davis Gibson and Shelm came to secure the ball. Collins to her right. Finds Chappelle. Chappelle off glass and in. And a timeout called by the Railroaders. Leah Chappelle on the board for the first time in this game. And while the Railroaders take a timeout, we'll go ahead and show you the latest replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. In this case, it did start with the defense. Defense was one of the keys to success that head coach Carrie Chappelle had talked about coming into this game, and that time it's Taylor Davis Gibson who gets to the ball first, and then Shelm ultimately secures it. Some high-low action there as Chappelle draws the contact on the inside. And a 9-2 lead for the Lady Lions. Pretty good start to the game for the Lions. Been a good start to the season. They are 7-1. Again, they got that big matchup with Columbia City coming up on Friday. But before that game, they're wanting to make sure that they get one more win under their belt. Railroaders trying to get their 5th win of the season. They only won 5 games all of last year. So far, Wade Hance seems to have these Lady Railroaders going in the right direction. Depew drives inside. Been a struggle so far in this game, though. Back to Depew. Depew through traffic. Looks like Leo's going with a 2-3 zone here. It's been tough for the Railroaders to move the ball through traffic tonight. There's been a lot of traffic from the Lady Lions. That almost got knocked away, and we're going to have a foul. Looks like they're going to get Lucy Schott. Check that. It's Shelm. Stella Shelm called for the foul. Depew into the paint, loses the ball, and Shelm picks it up. Chappelle going quick down the floor. 1-on-4, wide open Collins. Defenders close in, and Collins missed the shot, but she'll go to the line. Haley Jacobs is called for the foul. 3rd team foul on the Railroaders. And Collins able to knock down that first free throw. Mackenzie Collins so far with 4 points in this ball game. She had a triple as her only field goal thus far. She comes in as a 79% free throw shooter on the season, and she just gets that one to crawl home. Kaufman meets the trap and gets it off to Depew. Cross-court pass. Lucy Hefty, the freshman, in off the bench. Lucy Hefty is the younger sister of Calder Hefty, former Garrett Railroader quarterback. Not too long ago, just last year, he was leading the Railroaders to a regional championship. Offensive board, Hefty, and a foul. Lucy Hefty, the freshman, gets a trip to the line. It's Lucy Schott who's called for the foul. Hefty long on the free throw. Chappelle's got the board. Collins, catch and shoot. Missed the three. And there's Hefty with the rebound. Hefty at 5'6". There to get the board for the Railroaders. Depew looking for help. That ball got knocked away at first by Collins. Jacobs guarded by Chappelle, and now they switch defenders. It's Chappelle on Depew. Kaufman picked up by Emma Connolly, in off the bench for the Lions. Tough pass. Kaufman makes the catch. Hefty couldn't hit, and the Lions come up with it. That rebound came down to Schott. Here comes Chappelle down the floor. Left-hander. Won't fall. Tipped out volleyball style, and Collins will recover. 2-3 zone by the Railroaders. Davis Gibson directs traffic. Collins thinking about it. Goes for the lob inside, and the Lions turn it over. And here comes Kaufman. No numbers for the Railroaders. Kaufman has to slow down. Collins got a little handsy. Depew into the paint. That was blocked, but they're going to get Chappelle with a foul. She made contact, looked like on the shoulder, and Depew will go to the line. That's the second team foul. Make that third team foul on the Lions. Chappelle's first. Of course, Leah Chappelle is the daughter of Carrie Chappelle, and Sarah Depew, her dad, is Chris Depew, the athletic director at Garrett, former head football coach. Chris is in attendance tonight as Sarah goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Davis Gibson finds Collins, and Collins will swing it to the corner. Chappelle against that 2-3 zone, able to work through traffic. Leah Chappelle able to split that zone. Leah Chappelle, the daughter of head coach Carrie Chappelle. And no doubt Carrie's been impressed with the competitiveness she's shown for her 4 years of high school, and even longer than that. Suffice to say, Carrie's been teaching her the game ever since she was really young. Of course, Chappelle's dad is Ben Chappelle, who coaches softball here at Leo High School, and Leah's been playing softball since she started high school at Leo. That last foul, by the way, was on Lucy Schott, as Hefty's able to knock down the first free throw here. That was the fourth team foul against Leo. So Garrett will be in the double bonus on the next Leo foul. Lucy Hefty so far with 3 points in this game. Had an and one chance last time she scored. Did not get the and one, but she does go 2 for 2 here, and we got a 5-point ball game. Cross-court pass to Taylor Davis Gibson. I don't think Davis Gibson has taken a shot yet in this game. She is scoreless. Garrett going with the 2-3 zone. Chappelle is able to work through that zone on the last Lions possession, trying to do the same here, and she scores again. Leah Chappelle doing good work against the zone. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. And a good look on the inside, but Hefty couldn't connect. Out of bounds off Garrett. Connolly got the rebound, and it will be Lions basketball with 21.6 to go in the first. Mackenzie Collins comes down the floor. Back to the top of the key for Davis Gibson. Collins swings it down low to Shelm. Shelm with a really tough shot. Got her own miss. That was blocked, and Depew comes up with it. 2 seconds. Can Depew get it off? I don't think so. Now just a little bit late and a little bit short, too. First quarter comes to an end. Leo with a 7-point lead over Garrett. We're back after this. The start of the second quarter on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
15-8, Leo with the lead. Now, they've been able to score against the Garrett 2-3 zone on 2 of the last 3 Lions possessions. But on the last possession, Garrett was able to force some much tougher looks when the Lions had the basketball. Chappelle trying to get free down low. That's an open look for Shelm, but she can't hit it. Chappelle grabbed the board, then brought it down. Is that going to be traveling? It's a jump ball instead. Garrett takes over. I thought they were going to get Hefty for going to the deck and coming up off the deck with the basketball. You're only allowed to do that if you're able to manage dribbling. Kaufman with a backdoor cut as Leach just barely finds Depew. No easy passing lanes in this game, and Depew couldn't hit the shot. Here comes Chappelle down the floor. Chappelle changes her hand. Davis Gibson hits a 3. Nothing but net. Davis Gibson. And she's on the board for the first time in this game. Long pass over to Depew. A lot of zone defense. You're going to have to make some long passes, and your passes are going to have to be on point against those zone defenses. Depew unable to hit that 3, but that was Hefty with the offensive board. Kaufman in and out on the 3 ball. Depew, the putback. It's short, and Chappelle's got the rebound. Chappelle, that ball got loose, and she goes back to her dribble instead of picking it up. She goes over to Connolly. 2-3 zone by the Railroaders. Chappelle trying to get free. Collins through the paint. And the Lions work the ball back outside. Garrett sticking with this 2-3 zone. Collins was thinking about a deep 3. Instead, they feed Davis Gibson. Collins will fire. Short on the 3. Avery Leach, the freshman, with the board, and she runs into trouble. That was Collins, but she got out of it. It's like a 1-3-1 zone here for Leo as Leach gets into the paint. Out of bounds. Officials say that the Lions touched it last. We've got 5:59 left to go in quarter number 2 here in the Lions' den. Kaufman inbounds it. Leo will set up their zone again. Depew thinking about that 3, and that's intercepted. Connolly was playing right in front of her, right in front of Leach, and she gets the takeaway. Collins. 3 ball on its way. That's an air ball. Chappelle's right there. Working her way in, and she scores. Leah Chappelle with the second chance bucket. That's 8 for Leah Chappelle. So far, Garrett has been held scoreless here in the second quarter, trying to change all that. As Hefty feeds that one inside to Jacobs. Wide open, but not for long. Chappelle got the block, but then gets called for the foul. Lucy Hefty, the freshman, will go to the free throw line. She does have 4 points in this ball game. Hefty averages just 1.9 points per game on the year. Or that young team that Wade Hance is trying to build back up. And in recent history, Garrett did see some success in girls basketball, coming off of back-to-back losing seasons. But Bob Lapidote was the head coach at Garrett for a good long time. He won a couple of sectional championships. Had a team in 2020 that was good enough to win sectionals, but Concordia knocked him off. Chappelle gets the board, and Hefty goes 0 for 2 from the stripe. She's 2 for 5 from the stripe in this game. Swing pass inside. Chappelle, no, she left it short, and that's going to be Garrett ball. Most recent update from Jaron Matheny is that Whitco is leading Lures at halftime. Harvest Green does have 15 points for Bishop Lures, but as a team, the Knights have been held to just 18. Across the timeline to Depew. Just gets it over the outstretched arm of Chappelle. She did knock that one away. Hefty recovers. 3 ball is good. Avery Traylor. Avery Traylor, the younger sister of boys basketball head coach Logan Traylor. That's Garrett boys basketball coach Logan Traylor. He'd be in his second year with the Railroaders this year. They had a really good campaign last year. Boy, Kaufman was close to that timeline. Of course, Depew was close to it when she caught the ball. She swings it inside. That's Hefty, short on the layup. Got it back, but she's fouled. That's going to be on Connolly. Emma Connolly. Check that, Shelm. Stella Shelm. That's 2 team fouls on Leo here in this second quarter. And now Emma Connolly will check into the game for Stella Shelm. Wade Hance wants to send in a sub as well. That's Taylor Miller, the junior. She'll take the place of the freshman Lucy Hefty. Kaufman to her left. Collins got a hand on that ball, but Miller recovers. Floater, Leach, able to knock it down. Chappelle dishes back outside to Collins. Looks like Garrett's sticking with that 2-3 zone. That's a deep 3. Chappelle can't hit it. Traylor with the rebound for the Railroaders. We're halfway through the second quarter. Took a while for Garrett to start scoring, but they can make this a 2-score game with any bucket here, even just a free throw. Oh, open 3. Kaufman buries it. Emma Kaufman pulls the Railroaders within 4. Over to Davis Gibson. Garrett sticking with that 2-3 zone, and it has given Leo some trouble at various times in this fourth quarter. Shot wasn't ready for the pass. And Leach takes it away. Kaufman dribbling around some traffic. That's a 2 if it goes, and it does. And Garrett has made this a 2-point ball game. It's turning into the Emma Kaufman show. She's got the last 5 points for Garrett. Leo wants a timeout. That's their first of the game. While they take a timeout, we've got a couple replays worth showing to you. Emma Kaufman having a great ball game so far, and now I think I've found the clip, so I'll go ahead and show you the clip brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. And this seemed like trouble at first for the Railroaders, but Leach able to find Kaufman, who was wide open, and she buries that 3 ball. Kaufman shoots it well from beyond the arc this season. She comes into this game as the Railroaders' leading scorer. And then, how about the mid-range game? Kaufman, just a little space, just enough space, and she hits the jumper. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point ball game. Garrett has never led at any point in this game. But if they get a stop here, they'll have a chance to tie or take the lead on the next possession. That's if they get a stop. Chappelle against that 2-3 zone. Garrett's been giving Leo some trouble with his zone defense. Davis Gibson got a look, but didn't hit the shot. But Lucy's shot kept it alive. Long pass to Chappelle. Chappelle down the baseline, missed it, and Depew has the board. Kaufman has an open three, but it's short. And shot with the rebound for Leo. That would have given Garrett their first lead of the game. Loose ball. Who's got it? Diving to the deck, it's Miller. That's a jump ball. The arrow will favor Leo this time. Looks like Wayne was a winner over Canterbury earlier tonight. That would put Wayne at 5-4 on the season. Again, Leo does have a big game against Columbia City coming up Saturday, but they want to make sure they go into that game at 8-1 as opposed to 7-2. You want to have a win going into a big game, and that was too hot for even Wade Hance to handle on the sideline. Kaufman will call out the play. He's trying to get Traylor to cut. Traylor will set the screen. Kaufman ties it up on the dribble drive. Emma Kaufman has the last 7 points. She had no points until this 7-0 run put together by the Railroaders. Actually, it's more of a 12-0 run. Collins needed that one but didn't get it. And touched last by the Lions. And the Railroaders can take the lead with 1:23 to go here in the first half. One thing Garrett has done a good job of, they've been able to avoid fouling. They haven't committed any fouls yet here in the second quarter. They did get Leo close to the double bonus in that first quarter, but so far no fouls here in the second. Sarah Depew looking for space. Now she goes to the left, and she's fouled. Taylor Davis Gibson going to be called for that one, and Sarah Depew will go to the line. And what an opportunity this is for the Railroaders. They were down 12, 20-8 here in the second quarter. But now they've got their first lead of the game. Sarah Depew, 3 points so far, all from the stripe, make it 4. And Garrett leads by 2. Carrie Chappelle trying to get a sub in. That's Stella Shelm. Well, Garrett has punched back after being down by 12. Got a minute to go here in the first half. Davis Gibson, cross-court pass, tough to handle. Connolly does recover, and that's out off of Garrett. Clock will stop with 49 seconds. To the backcourt for Davis Gibson. 2-3 zone. Collins. Connolly couldn't handle it at first. She does get the ball. And taken away by Kaufman, but she stepped out. This 2-3 zone from Garrett has caused all sorts of problems for the Lions. Long pass, Lucy shot. They go back outside looking for Collins and just barely get it to her before Kaufman closes in. Shot into the paint, and she's fouled. And now Lucy Schott looking to stop the bleeding for the Lions as she goes to the line with 24.4 left in the second. It's Taylor Miller, only the first team foul against Garrett here in the second quarter. But Schott unable to hit that first free throw. Shot does come into this game as a 77% free throw shooter. 10 for 13, now 10 for 14. Second one rolls home, and Leo will pull within one. Should actually have 13 free throws on the season now. Garrett can hold for the final shot of the quarter. They're down to 13 seconds. They were down by 12 and came back to take the lead, but they can make sure that Leo doesn't touch this ball again here in the first half. Kaufman, that's a wild shot. Air ball. 1 second, and Leo's not going to get a shot off. Well, Leo did touch the ball, but they didn't get any sort of clean look whatsoever. 22-21. The Garrett Railroaders were down by 12 in the second quarter. They've come back to take the lead. For about the last 3 minutes or so, they held the Lions to just 1 point from the free throw line. Nothing from the field. And we will be back in just a moment as the Garrett Railroaders lead at 22-21 over the Leo Lions. You are watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
It's 22-21. Leo was ahead 20-8 about midway through this second quarter, and the Railroaders have come all the way back to take the lead 22-21. Right now it's time to get a few words in from our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors that we're able to do all the games we do here on SummitCitySports.com. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and to get you to the next level. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana, we are LIUNA. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit TJWindustrial.com. Well, I do have the first half scoring leaders to give you. These are unofficial, I will say, but these are the scorers I have so far. For Garrett, Emma Kaufman leads the way with 7 points. Sarah Depew has 4. Lucy Hefty with 4. Avery Leach also with 4. Avery Taylor with 3. For Leo, Leah Chappelle leads him with 8 points. I've got Lucy Schott with 5. Mackenzie Collins also with 5. And Taylor Davis Gibson with 3. Again, those are unofficial, but those are the scoring leaders here at this point in the game. Of course, we are at halftime with Garrett and Leo in a 1-point ball game. Garrett's trying to match their win total from a year ago, and they only won 5 games. They're 4-3 coming into this matchup tonight and trying to get win number 5 on the season. What they've got coming up after this game is a home matchup against the Eastside Blazers. That'll be on Saturday at 6 p.m. for the Lady Railroaders. Eastside Blazers have a really good team, very well-coached team, led by Mike Lordy. That's a chance for a big win, but this is a chance for a big win. This Leo team is 7-1. They've got a matchup with Columbia City coming up this Saturday, but they're going to have to right the ship tonight against the Railroaders before the Eagles come in here on Saturday night. We'll be back after this break. You're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
From the PSM Sports Therapy, and I have a message for college athletes. Don't let an injury slow you down while you're home from the holidays. At PSM Sports Therapy, we know athletes, and our team specializes in treating them. Whether you are recovering from surgery, dealing with a nagging injury, or just want to make sure your body is right for your upcoming season, take advantage of your break and schedule your sessions today. That way you can get back to campus feeling stronger than before. Check out our website at psmsports.com or call us at 260-266-4007 to get scheduled.
A 22-21 lead for the Garrett Railroaders as they were down 20-8 about midway through the second quarter. They came all the way back to take the lead, holding Leo to just one make from the field. Check that, no makes from the field, just one make from the free throw line about the last 3 or 4 minutes of that first half. A few more words from our sponsors before we go any further. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government, whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation. Jolly Law Firm is your answer. We'll hear from a couple more of our sponsors later on, but first I do have some replays to show you. Those replays are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Now, we've seen Leah Chappelle play pretty well against the zone defense a couple of times tonight. See, here we see her getting around the defense and getting into the paint. Defense collapsed right on the edge of the paint, but Chappelle able to find space and take it to the cup to add to Leo's lead at the time. But it was Emma Kaufman who led the comeback for the Lady Railroaders. I think we've got her three right here that ultimately made this a 4-point ball game, and this was a pretty good trap down low, but then Leach found Kaufman at the top of the key, and Kaufman on the board for the first time makes it a 2-score game at that point. And Kaufman would make it even closer just a few possessions later. This time going with the mid-range game, and she hits the jump shot to give the Railroaders, or pull the Railroaders within 2. And then Kaufman was the one who tied the game for Garrett. Again, she'd been held scoreless until very late in the second quarter, but Kaufman really was the one who led the charge. And great dribble penetration by Kaufman, just able to score over the outstretched arm of Collins with the game-tying bucket. We've got about 3 minutes left to play until this second half gets underway. A few more words from our sponsors before we go any further. Shioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. A 22-21 lead for the Garrett Railroaders as we've got 2.5 minutes left to play. I believe Wayne was a winner today over the Canterbury Cavaliers. We'll see if we've got an official final score on that, but Wayne did have a big lead, so I think I can go ahead and guess that the Generals were the winners of that game. Whitco and Bishop Luers are in action right now. They've probably come out at halftime at this point. Try to get an update on that score, but it looks like they are in a break right now. So we'll see if we get an update on that score in just a little bit. Back after this break, you're watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, the Garrett Railroaders lead the Leo Lions 22-21 as we're just about to close out halftime and get the third quarter underway. And again, the Railroaders were down 20-8. About midway through that second quarter, they came all the way back to take the lead. A little 14-1 run put together by the Railroaders. As they try to keep this train going in the right direction, the Railroaders will start with the basketball as we begin half number 2 in about 3 seconds. Waiting for that halftime clock to run out. And now it does. It will be Sarah Depew to inbound. Depew does have 4 points in this game, but all those points have come from the free throw line, and we are underway. Here's Emma Kaufman running the point. Looks like Leo's gone to a 3-2 zone to start out the third quarter. Garrett's played a lot of 2-3 zone. Seen a number of different looks from the Lions as Collins pokes that one out of bounds. They do have the bleachers pulled up in the top section here at Leo. That's probably so that the baseball teams could practice. Baseball and softball teams, that is. Leo's usually pretty good at both baseball and softball. That ball's poked away. Down to the deck goes Collins, and she creates the turnover. Here's Shelm. Feed over to Collins. Collins with 5 points total, but she's been pretty quiet from the field since an early 3. Long pass, looking for Chappelle, and it's off her hands. Leo turns it over. You didn't see it there on your screen, but that was Jared Souter, the assistant principal here at Leo, who caught the ball. Jared Souter used to be the head football coach here at Leo. Had a pretty good run as the Lions head football coach, and so far Jason Dorfler has continued that run. Trailer's 3 won't fall. Chappelle couldn't get the board, but shot does. And Chappelle will run the point here. Chappelle had the look, but chooses to pass it off. There's a good look for Collins, but she can't hit. Battle for the board. It's going to be won by the Railroaders. It's Avery Leach who comes away with it. Kaufman cross court. Depew for 3. Yes! Sarah Depew with her first make from the field. And the Railroaders lead by 4. That is, of course, their largest lead of the game. Chappelle with a tough shot. That wouldn't fall, and Taylor Miller has the board. Kaufman fires it across the timeline to Trailer. Trailer has it poked away, then knocked away. They're going to say that's off of Kaufman. It looked like Chappelle might have the takeaway, but Kaufman came in to knock it away. It will be a turnover. But we'll give Kaufman an A for effort on that last sequence. Shot, couldn't handle it. Out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Depew. So Leo will keep the basketball. 6:09 to go here in quarter number 3. Well, Whitco is leading 60-24 over the Bishop Luers Knights. Whitco's already beaten Northrop. That was at Northrop. As Chappelle draws the double team, just barely able to find Shelm, and Shelm missed it with the left hand. Try as she might, Chappelle couldn't get the turnover. However, Collins does. Leo hasn't yet scored here in the third quarter. Chappelle trying to change that, and she does. Leah Chappelle, her first triple of the game. She does have 11 total points to lead all Lions scorers. Trailer was thinking about the 3. Leo started out this quarter in a 3-2 zone. Kaufman had 7 straight points to ultimately tie the game, looking for more, and she gets it on a deep 3. Kaufman's got 10 in the ball game. Long pass, Depew almost stole it, and she's tagged with a foul. How about that shot by Emma Kaufman? That wasn't quite from the volleyball line, but there was plenty of space between her and the three-point line. And now Collins looks to answer to no avail, but an offensive board, and that's put back in. Stella Shelm with a big-time bucket. Long pass to Traylor. Kaufman gets a screen, was thinking about firing. That was Davis Gibson who closed out just in time. Traylor's three is too strong. They're going to say Leo ball. I thought Collins touched that last, but they say that Sarah Depew did instead. Haley Jacobs will re-enter the game. She'll give Avery Traylor a breather. Chappelle gets it. Looks like Garrett sticking with the 2-3. That was a very effective scheme in the first half, but that three is good. Stella Shelm, and that gives the Lions the lead, their first of the half. Stella Shelm has 5 points in this game. Poked away by Chappelle. Miller's got it. She goes to the deck, and that's a jump ball. The Arrow's going to keep it with the Railroaders. Now check that. Well, the official on the sideline was signaling that it's Leo ball, and that is going to be the call in the end. Even Ben Chappelle was saying white ball. Now we know he wants it to be Leo basketball. It looks like the right call was made. In fact, that was the right call since Garrett got the basketball to start this half. Garrett sticking with that 2-3 zone. Collins wanted to fire, instead swings it. They've got shot in the middle of that zone. Now she moves back to the paint, moves around the paint. Shot, a little bit of space, and just enough space. Timeout, Leo. They get the bucket, and Chappelle calls the timeout. Well, now Leo on a little bit of a run of their own. 7-0 run right now. We'll show you a couple of the buckets that made that run possible. Here's the go-ahead three by Stella Shelm. When you play the 2-3 zone, you got to move the ball well and set up good looks. They got a great look there from beyond the arc, and Shelm able to cash in on it. Give the Lions their first lead of the second half, and again, they would add to it on this next possession. Lucy Schott was moving all around the paint against this zone defense until finally she not only gets the ball, but has some space open up. You got to move to defend the ball if you're going to play zone defense, but I think Garrett had too many people moving there. And that left Schott wide open. 31-28 with 3:15 left to go here in quarter number 3. A good ball game here in the Lions' den. Now over at Bishop Luers, it's all Whitco right now, 61-26. And they're in the fourth quarter, no doubt a running clock over there at Bishop Luers High School in South Fort Wayne. Emma Kaufman gets a screen. Wide open three, Depew. She hit one earlier this quarter, but did not hit that one. Here comes Chappelle down the floor. Chappelle looking for help, and she draws the foul from Kaufman. Emma Kaufman with her second foul of this quarter. Shelm to inbound. Oh, Chappelle's open. She's going to take it, but can't hit. Offensive board, shot. Jump ball. Possession arrow gives it back to Garrett. Inside 3 minutes, a wide open Taylor Miller. Too strong. Just nicked the side of the glass. But it's an empty possession for the Railroaders. Depew had the steal, and now it's poked into the hands of Leach. So it is a turnover forced by the Railroaders. Not quite as clean as they would have liked it to be, but they get the takeaway. Looked like Kaufman was thinking about firing that thing. She's hit a couple threes already. Depew with the blow-by. And now Wade Hance wants a timeout, 30-second timeout. Depew did not have a made shot from the field until this third quarter. She hit a three earlier in the quarter, and that time a beautiful blow-by as the Railroaders capitalize off the turnover. We'll show you the replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Not the cleanest of steals, but the Railroaders will take it. Depew ends up ultimately knocking it to Leach. And they cap it off with Depew hitting the runner. You'll see it right here as she splits that zone and puts it in high off the glass to put the Railroaders within one. We've got a lot of basketball left to be played here in the Lions' Den. 2:19 to go in the third quarter. They have gone final at Bishop Luers, by the way. Whitco a 61-29 winner over the Knights. (31-30). Leah was down by 4. That's the largest lead Garrett's had in this game. We're down by 4 here in the third quarter, but they fought back to take the lead on a 7-0 run, but Garrett did score on their last possession. As Collins looks for help, Garrett sticking with that 2-3 zone. It's been effective for him. Over to Davis Gibson. They got shot right in the middle. Chappelle working on the post and working against Depew largely. Shot gets her feed. Davis Gibson for 3. That's short. Lucy Schott had the board, then had it knocked away. Wade Hance wants a traveling call. I think he might be right about that one. There's an offensive board by Collins and a foul. Haley Jacobs called for the foul. Wade Hance was calling for a travel, and I'm not sure he's wrong on that one. I think it was Schott who put her knee on the deck, grabbed the ball, and then went up, and that would constitute traveling. It was not called, however, and Collins hits the free throw. 1:33 left to go here in this third quarter. Second one won't go, but Collins chases down the rebound. Davis Gibson to the corner. Chappelle for 3. And that's going to go over the backboard. That will not count. Hit off the bars over the backboard, so that's out of bounds. It doesn't matter that the ball went in. Emma Kaufman comes across the timeline. Garrett can tie or retake the lead on this possession. Depew picks up her dribble and finds Kaufman. Kaufman gets a screen from Leach, the freshman, and the sophomore drives. Kaufman into the paint. Finds some help. That's Leach. High off the glass. Too strong. 56 seconds. Clock is running. Kick to the corner. That's Davis Gibson. They got Schott posting up down low. Pass goes over to Connolly. Chappelle, wild shot. Almost went down, but it wouldn't go. And that's going to be a foul on Chappelle as Depew grabs the rebound. That's only the first team foul this quarter against Leo. And we might have a fun finish coming up here in quarter number 4. Garrett can still tie it or take the lead to close out this third quarter. And again, we'll see if they hold for the final shot here. They have that option. There's no shot clock in IHSAA basketball. So Garrett can hold this thing as long as they want to. At least as they don't let the clock run out before they shoot it. Game clock, that is. Game clock's at 22 seconds. Kaufman calls out the play. Down to 15 seconds. Leach waiting. So is Miller. Kaufman changes direction into the paint. Sidestep. Out of bounds. They're going to say off Leo. 4.1 seconds left here in the third quarter. Garrett still can hold for the final shot. Long inbound. Depew. 3 seconds. Depew. Air ball. That's going to be the end of the quarter. All Emma Connolly had to do was catch, dribble for a few seconds, and run out the clock. But we do have one more quarter to play. Leo leads Garrett 32-30. Back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook, Big Low come through frying. Hey, let her cook, okay. Too much cake out bow, oh God. Let her cook, all this sauce.
32-30 in favor of the Leo Lions. They'll start the fourth quarter with the basketball. Garrett fought back after being down 12 in the second quarter. They took the lead going into halftime. But a good back and forth third quarter has Leo on top by 2 as Garrett sticks with that 2-3 zone. Chappelle gets the feed, goes back outside. Collins ran out of space. Shelm had to pull it down. She finds Chappelle, and that's poked away. The freshman Lucy Hefty creates the turnover. Hefty was thinking about firing. Instead, she feeds inside. That's Leach. Miller, no good. That was off balance. Chappelle with the board. Chappelle looking to feed it. Collins knocked it away. Here comes Chappelle. She does feed it, but that ball gets loose. Who's it off of? It's off of Garrett. 7:18 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Still a lot of basketball left to be played. And potentially a fun finish. The JV game just before this one went into overtime. That was Leo against Woodland. Garrett does not have a JV team. That's a 2 if it goes, but it does not fall for Collins. Kaufman, baseball-style pass, too hot to handle. Looking for Leach. Well, I believe Kaufman does play softball for the Garrett Railroaders. Garrett had a really good softball team a year ago. I know Sarah Depew plays softball for the Railroaders. They had Davis Gibson open. Now she'll bring it outside and find Connolly. 2-3 zone here by the Railroaders. They've stuck with this almost the entirety of this game. Collins gets the feed. Draws the double team and scores. Mackenzie Collins able to find just enough space in that zone. That's Collins' first field goal since the first quarter. Depew short on the 3 ball. Davis Gibson with the rebound for Leo. Tough catch. Leah Chappelle into the paint, leaning in, too strong. And she's fouled from behind after getting her own rebound. Avery Leach is the one who commits the foul, and she took a strange-looking tumble at first. Luckily, she is up on her feet. But Leah Chappelle will go to the line, and she hits the first free throw. Leah Chappelle is the only Lions player in double figures. She's now got 12. Emma Kaufman has 10 for Garrett. She's the only Railroader in double figures. 13 now for Chappelle and a 6-point lead for Leo. Kaufman feeds that over to Depew. Leach will set the screen. Depew makes the catch. Almost had it knocked away. They just barely get it to Leach. Leach throws it up high, and that won't go, but Shelm couldn't catch the board. Kaufman fires it in, gets it to Traylor. Depew with a good look from the corner and hits a three. And the Railroaders needed that. That's going to prompt a timeout from Wade Hance. We do have to reset our fouls here. The fouls reset at the end of each quarter. Garrett has one foul. Leo, at this point, has none here in the fourth quarter. But Sarah Depew is now in double figures. She's got 12 points. She didn't make any shots from the field in the first half, but this was a big one shortly after the inbound. Looked like Leo had all the momentum, but the Railroaders able to get a good look. You see Depew there's wide open. When you play zone, sometimes you leave those shooters wide open because everybody's collapsing to the ball. Well, not everybody's collapsing to the ball, but the nearest defenders will collapse toward the ball. When the ball moves, you got to move. But Lions weren't able to move quick enough that time. 5:47 left to go here in regulation. Fun finish coming up between the Railroaders and the Lions. It is the Lions who currently lead 36-33. And I told you earlier, Whitco had won 61-29 over Lures. Tough start to the season for Bishop Lures. They did beat Southside earlier this year, and Harvest Green, the freshman, has had a real good start to the season so far. Of course, we're only 2 years removed from Lures winning a state championship under Mark Pixley, who was in his final year at the time. He got to close out his time at Lures with a state championship. Chappelle calling for it down low. Of course, Pixley's now the head coach at DeKalb. Chappelle now at the wing. Lions having to move around against this 2-3 zone. Garrett has used this a lot. At times, Leo's had a tough time getting good looks. Chappelle out of the top of the key, coming down to 5 minutes left. That's Shelm for three. It comes up short. Taylor Miller with the board, but that's a jump ball, and the arrow gives it to Garrett. The Railroaders putting up a good fight against the 7-1 Leo Lions. Both these teams out of Class 3A. You'll typically see them in the same sectional. As Kaufman works her way around, gets a high screen from Leach. She'll fire a three. That's no good. That would have tied the game, but Sarah Depew with the rebound. She goes down. She got rid of the ball before she fell down, and I think we've got a jump ball. It's a jump ball, possession arrow to Leo. Lucy Schott will check into the game. I was about to say I thought we had a foul, but it's not a foul. It's a jump ball. Emma Connolly finds Collins. Chappelle gets a screen from Schott. Wide open look. That's Connolly, but it's off the backboard and no good. Kaufman. 10 points already in this game for Kaufman. This has got to have it time. Leach couldn't connect. Baseball pass cross court to Connolly. Collins will slow it down. Leo can afford to do that, at least for just a little bit. Still 4 minutes left in the ball game. You wouldn't think they would hold on to the basketball for 4 minutes, and they won't, but Chappelle's three won't go. There's Schott with the offensive board. That's a two if it goes, but Collins couldn't hit. Depew with the board for Garrett, and here comes Kaufman. High screen, that's Leach. Sets the screen for Kaufman over to Depew. 2-3 zone, and Traylor couldn't handle the pass. Stella Shelm will re-enter. Chappelle to her right. The Garrett crowd wanted a traveling call. They did not get it. Collins' three won't go, and Depew has the board. Here comes Kaufman. Kaufman trying to get to the paint. She does, but the floater won't go. It's an air ball, and the Lions take over. And now Carrie Chappelle wants a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take one right along with them on Summit City Sports.
Court from the PSM Sports Therapy, and I have a message for college athletes. Don't let an injury slow you down while you're home from the holidays. At PSM Sports Therapy, we know athletes, and our team specializes in treating them. Whether you are recovering from surgery, dealing with a nagging injury, or just want to make sure your body is right for your upcoming season, take advantage of your break and schedule your sessions today. That way you can get back to campus feeling stronger than before. Check out our website at psmsports.com or call us at 260-266-4007 to get scheduled.
The Leo Lions with a 36-33 lead, 3:17 left to play in this game. Possibly more if we should go into overtime. Just one bucket here in the fourth quarter for Garrett. It was a Sarah Depew 3. The door is open for the Railroaders to come back. Over 3 minutes to play. Chappelle puts it on the deck. Draws contact. No foul call. Collins gets the offensive board. Davis Gibson brings it back outside. She finds Collins. To her left goes Stella Shelm. Just barely able to get it to Davis Gibson. Inside shot, has it blocked, but a foul. I was going to say earlier, at some point here soon, Garrett may need to think about fouling, but they did not need to foul the shooter there. Obviously, you want to get your hands up and play good defense, but you don't want to put somebody at the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. And shot cashes in on the first one. That's just the second team foul against Garrett here in quarter number 4. Leo hasn't committed any. And shot will go 2 for 2. Give her 8 points. Make that 9 points, I beg your pardon, after she does hit those 2 free throws. Depew looking for help. She finds Kaufman. 2-score game. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. Garrett doesn't need to go too quick. But remember, there's no shot clock in IHSAA. Collins to the deck. Creates the turnover. Long pass down the floor. Shelm dribbles back. Missed the shot. But an offensive board by Davis Gibson. Into the paint for shot. And the Lions just playing keep away right now as we're inside 2 minutes. The lob to Chappelle. She'll put it up and in. Well, I thought the Lions were playing keep away, but with still a minute and now 42 seconds to go, they get a good look on the interior with Chappelle. Trailer, air ball. Chappelle's got the board. Chappelle going quick down the floor. Sets up a good look. Davis Gibson rolls it in. And a timeout called by Wade Hance. And the official has some words for Hance. Looks like he thought there should have been a foul called and wasn't happy. Davis Gibson with her second 3 of the ball game. Got a few replays to show you on this timeout. Like I said, I thought Leo was playing keep away, but with just barely inside 2 minutes left, they get a good look, and Leah Chappelle's able to take advantage. You'll see it right here on this replay. Good lob inside, and Chappelle, with her 6-foot frame, is able to go up and make that catch and score. It was Chappelle who got the rebound on this possession, and you'll see as Taylor Davis Gibson knocks down the corner 3, and Lions trying to close it out. But I will point out one good defensive play from Mackenzie Collins, and I think I've got that right here on the Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning replay. Kaufman trying to make something happen. At this point, it was still a 2-score game, but instead it's Collins who reaches out and makes something happen. And at that point, Kaufman didn't even have the ball in her offhand. She was dribbling with her offhand. So it's not like she was keeping the ball close to the defender where it's an easy takeaway. But Collins still with the range to get the takeaway and That looked like a hammer throw there by Collins. Depew trying to back in. Swings it cross court, and Collins pokes it away. Another big steal for Mackenzie Collins. Inside the final minute. Garrett has made it interesting, but right now Leo looking to close it out, and shot! With a little dagger there with 50 seconds. Depew to her left. Kicks to the corner for Taylor Miller. We're down to 30 seconds, and now Traylor couldn't bank it. Miller with the offensive board. Leach short arms the three ball. That's blocked by Chappelle. And the three finally does fall. Avery Leach knocks it down. Garrett's going to use their last timeout with 13.9 seconds left, but they're down by 9. And really at this point, all Leo has to do is inbound the basketball and protect it. They technically could give up a 10-second violation, and that would only leave 3.9 seconds thereabout on the game clock. There's 13.9 seconds on the game clock right now, and in a 9-point game, be awful difficult to come up with 9 points in 3.9 seconds. Awful hard to come up with that total in 13.9 seconds. A lot more doable with 13.9 seconds, but I don't think it's ever been done. Leah Chappelle with a great game so far tonight. 15 points for her. Mackenzie Collins with a couple of big steals late in this ball game to help Leo close it out. Job one taken care of. The Lions get it in, and now they'll get the ball across the timeline, avoid that 10-second violation, and almost get 2 points in the process. They might get 2 points as Taylor Davis Gibson is going to the line. 8 seconds left. So barring an offensive rebound, Garrett's going to get one more possession, as Davis Gibson is able to knock in that first free throw. Got more high school basketball for you tomorrow, including doubleheader action between Southside and Snyder. That's from Kilmer Court. Jaron Matheny's on the call over there. We'll have Blackhawk Christian versus New Haven Boys. Tim Atkinson and I will be there to call that one as Chappelle gets the rebound to close out the ball game. The Leo Lions get the win over the Garrett Railroaders. Garrett played their hearts out tonight, but they lose it by 11. The Lions go to 8-1 on the season, and again, they got a big matchup coming up against Columbia City this Saturday night, a game that I will be here to bring you on SummitCitySports.com. It's time to recognize our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game, and that player is going to be Leah Chappelle. Leah Chappelle with 15 points, some key rebounds, especially late in this ball game. Leah Chappelle, your PSM player of the game. And with that, the Lions win at 47-36, and that will do it from here at Leo. For Cole Weiland, my cameraman, I'm Thad Goff saying so long from the Lions Den. You've been watching high school girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com. Good night, everybody.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.